This is the history of the indigenous peoples of present-day Mexico from 10,000 years ago to pre-Columbian times. Around 10,000 years ago, the region we now know as Mexico was inhabited by diverse groups of nomadic hunter-gatherers. These early peoples lived in small, scattered settlements and traveled throughout the territory, following herds of animals and gathering wild plants for food. They developed sophisticated tools made of stone, bone, and wood to aid in their hunting and gathering efforts. As the centuries passed, these early inhabitants started to transition into more settled agricultural societies. This change began around 8000 BCE when groups in the Puebla and Oaxaca valleys started cultivating plants like avocados, squash, and beans. By 700 BCE, maize or corn had been domesticated in the Balsas River Valley and quickly became a staple of the diet. As agriculture developed, these societies moved towards a more settled lifestyle. They constructed rudimentary villages and developed basic social structures. By 2000 BCE, these early societies laid the foundation for what would become some of the most advanced civilizations in the Americas. This period in Mesoamerican history is known as the Archaic period, lasting from around 8000 BCE to 2000 BCE. It was characterized by a gradual shift from nomadic hunting and gathering to settled agriculture, laying the groundwork for the civilizations that would flourish in later centuries. During the next period, known as the Formative Period, lasting from around 2000 BCE to 250 CE, complex societies began to emerge. One of the earliest and most influential was the Olmec civilization. Emerging around 1500 BCE in the tropical lowlands of the Gulf Coast, the Olmec are considered the mother culture of Mesoamerica. They established the first major city in the region, La Venta, and left behind monumental stone sculptures, including their famous colossal heads carved from huge blocks of basalt. The Olmec kept detailed records of their history and accomplishments on large carved stones called colossi. While a lot of their work has been lost due to erosion or neglect, many artifacts have survived, showing their impressive understanding of astronomy and the calendar. They also possibly developed the first Mesoamerican writing system, although this is still debated among historians. The Olmec religion was polytheistic and their deities were often linked to rain, fertility, and the jaguar. Their practices and beliefs would serve as a foundation for later Mesoamerican cultures, including the Maya and the Aztec. Following the Olmec were several other cultures, including the Maya who flourished in the Yucatan Peninsula, Chiapas, and parts of Central America. The Maya are perhaps best known for their impressive writing system, which consisted of hieroglyphics and was used to record historical events, religious ceremonies, and astronomical observations. They created a complex mathematical and astronomical system with remarkable accuracy and built impressive pyramids, palaces, and observatories. The Maya kept meticulous records of their history and achievements, leaving behind a wealth of knowledge about their culture and the world around them. Their religion was polytheistic and they performed rituals such as bloodletting and human sacrifice to please their gods. Society was hierarchical with a king or a royal family at the top, followed by priests, nobles, merchants, and commoners. Agriculture was central to daily life and maize, beans, and cacao were important staples of the diet. Another major civilization during this period was Teotihuacan, which emerged in the central Mexican highlands around 100 BCE. At its peak around 550 CE, it was home to over 100,000 people, making it one of the largest cities in the ancient world. Teotihuacan is famous for its impressive urban planning, including the Avenue of the Dead which lined the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon. However, the identity of the people who lived there and their language remain unclear. After the Classic period, several post-classic civilizations flourished, including the Toltecs and the Aztecs. The Toltecs emerged as a powerful culture in central Mexico around 900 CE with their capital at Tula. They were known for their warrior culture and their influence on later Aztec mythology. The Aztecs or Mexica migrated from the north and settled in the 13th century on an island in Lake Texcoco where they founded the city of Tenochtitlan, which would later become Mexico City. By the 15th century, the Aztecs had created a vast empire through warfare and alliances, but their rule was marked by large-scale human sacrifice, which they believed was necessary to sustain the gods. In 1521, the Aztec Empire was conquered by the Spanish conquistadors, bringing an end to the indigenous empires in Mexico. But their legacy lived on in the culture and traditions of the people of Mexico. The indigenous peoples of Mexico developed complex, innovative and deeply spiritual societies long before European contact. Over thousands of years, they transformed from nomadic groups into the builders of cities, temples, and empires, leaving behind a rich cultural legacy that continues to influence Mexico today. From the early hunter-gatherers of the Archaic period to the mighty Aztec Empire, these civilizations played a pivotal role in shaping the history and culture of Mexico. Their achievements in agriculture, art, architecture, and science serve as a testament to their ingenuity and adaptability. Understanding their history allows us to appreciate the depth and complexity of Mexican culture and the contributions of its indigenous people who have greatly influenced the course of history. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And be sure to check out our other videos as well.